Shares of Alphabet, parent company of Google, are in the red, capping a tumultuous week there. And next week could actually be tougher for the stock. The CEO, Sundar Pichai, is making a rare visit to Capitol Hill on Tuesday to address allegations of anti-conservative bias at Google with the social media platforms. Now, one example, well, take a look at this. It's a recent tweet from John Stossel. Quote, "This morning, Google told me that it would not allow my YouTube video, 'Socialism Leads to Violence,' to be viewed by young people. It violates, quote, community guidelines," said the company in a computer-generated email. Independent Women's Forum visiting fellow Kelsey Harkness joins us now to discuss. It doesn't seem to go away. Jenna Lee, who used to work here, had a very innocuous product on YouTube also that was for some reason banned or temporarily banned, and no one can understand this, Kelsey. What are the guidelines, and why does it always seem to be conservatives who get the stick here?
Those are very good questions, and exactly what the CEO of Google is going to be forced to answer head on when he testifies before Congress. This hearing was a long time coming, and I think for years now, conservatives have been raising alarms about this sort of censorship of speech on their platforms, on Google, Facebook, other platforms. And for years, our concerns have been dismissed. And then come to find out, Google is actually considering launching a censored search engine in China. It's deeply hypocritical, and I think it goes to show that we should have a right to address our concerns and know what this company is doing in terms of censoring conservative speech.
Now, of course, in your tweet to this, you talked about not wanting to necessarily whine, I'm paraphrasing, but that the pressure had to be kept up. What happens if this behavior doesn't change?
Well, look, I think as conservatives, I'm not one to play victim. I don't think when we see these instances of bias, we should claim victimhood. What we need to do is name and shame, and we need to call out these companies when they are censoring instances of videos like this John Stossel video that had, no grounds to be censored on. So I don't think as conservatives we should be calling for more regulation. These are all private companies that are allowed to set their own standards and guidelines, but Google and others need to communicate to the people using their platforms what those guidelines and standards are, and then be consistent in how they follow up and enforce them.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part, isn't it? That no one knows why. And when people scratch their heads sometimes, particularly when there are often either a tweet or something, on YouTube that seems to be blatantly offensive to other people, but perhaps okay with progressives.
Exactly, and I think Google's CEO would be wise of him to actually bring examples of when Google has taken down liberal products, liberal articles, and compare that to the amount of times that they're taking down conservative content, and that would actually provide some data to conservatives. If they're saying they're not censoring speech, provide some data to prove it.
Yeah, well, Kelsey, keep naming and shaming, and we'll keep watching. Thank you very much.